Use some Morphe products. You can come. It just fell off. Yep. And then, so the Morphe products I'll be using in this live is the Cheek Thrills After Party. I'll be using this kind of a one size blush dupe. And then the other product I'll be using that's from Morphe in this Get Ready With Me is the Morphe eyeshadow palette in Python Code. So I'll be using this one as well. And I've already done my skincare prep. And now I'm just going to put on some eyeshadow. First, I'll just tape off my eyes. So I'm just using some Scotch tape. I usually put this around my eyes just to help. So I'm just taping off my eyes. Now I'm using, this is called Morphe's Python Code. So I'm just going to go all over with this neutral shade right here. And just use my mirror. I hope everybody's having a good day. I'm getting ready here. I need to go to a play date. Me and my daughter are going to go to McDonald's and go to a play date. Then the next thing I'm going to use in the outer corner is this brown shade right here. I'm going to put this in the outer corner of the eye. So I noticed like Morphe, they revamped their eyeshadows. They got rid of their big mega palettes. I was organizing a little bit in here the other day. I need to do a lot more, but um they no longer have like a lot of their huge makeup palettes anymore. Like they used to have like a fall 350 and a silent night palette or something like that, and they no longer have those palettes. They have these now and one that's one size bigger. This is Morphe's Python Code that I'm using. I use this shade and this shade right now. And I've just noticed that when I went on their website, they don't have their huge mega palettes anymore. It's kind of sad. And then I think I'm going to go in with this foil color right here, this kind of gold color, and just pat it into my eyes right here. Isn't that's a really beautiful shimmery, like really deep gold color. But one thing I will say is the reformulation and colors I think are better than they were in the past. I think there's a lot of fallout in the past. And then I'm going to take this kind of mixed color right here, where you can see as like a swirl of brown and blue. And I'm just going to dab it a little bit in here. And the pigmentation is good. So I will say when they reformulated, they did a very good job. I think the eyeshadows are better than what they were in their large makeup palettes, but I do think it's sad that there isn't super huge palettes anymore. Um, and then they have another shimmer in this Python Code right here. And I might stick that in the outer corner. I'll have to clean that up here with a makeup wipe. But yeah, the pigmentation off of these palettes are great. They are better than the original formula. But yeah, I was going through my makeup collection the other day, and I had all these like makeup palettes, and I looked them up, and a lot of them that I bought like a year ago are no longer on the Morphe website. So just cleaning up that a little bit, and then I'm just going to take this off, and I'm thinking about taking I'm I'm thinking about taking this deep kind of teal blue and putting it right in here. So kind of has a lot of shimmer to it. I gotta check. Okay, I'm not. I was just making sure I wasn't connected to Bluetooth like I was last time. So I'll just put that little shimmer in there, and then I'm going to grab a blending brush and kind of blend stuff out a little bit. Hello. Hi. Hopefully you can hear me. So I'm using Morphe's Python Code palette. And I'll go ahead and swatch this for everybody. So that's the cream color. I'm doing the top row. And then that's kind of that gold foil color. And then the shimmery one on the bottom. I'm just cleaning off my hands here a little bit and drying them off. And then we'll do the bottom row, starting with that green shimmer. And then you got that kind of green tail with brown in it, kind of shift. And then at the very last one, the the deep brown shade. So that's that whole Morphe's Python code right here. The cream color doesn't show up as much, but yeah, they're all very beautiful shimmers. And here is the whole Morphe's Python Code palette. And here it is on my eyes. I'm just getting ready to go for a play date with my daughter. We got some kids that want to go play. And I'm using Urban Decay Big Brush Brow in Cool Cookie. Okay, and this is why I got a makeup wipe. And the next thing I'm going to use is some concealer. Dig around here and find it. Oh, I had a bunch of it here. Okay, here it is. Here's one. This is the Kimchi Moist Concealer in light beige. Now, when I get older, I find it's easier to use a hydrating concealer in the under eye. That way it just doesn't crease as much. So I'm just putting that in the under eye here. And then I'm going to use a little bit of e.l.f. Halo Glow, Liquid Halo Glow in Zero Fair. I like this stuff, so I'm just going to go ahead and use it. Put it on. Just dab it all over. And then I'll grab a beauty blender Oh, I heard that Elf bought Road, and the other day when I was in J.C. Penney and I was looking at their eyeshadow palettes, I overheard like the clerk in there say that they weren't gonna carry Elf Beauty at J.C. Penney, and I looked it up. They were gonna replace it with Milani makeup at J.C. Penney. So when J.C. Penney has sales on their makeup, they'll now have sales on Milani. And then I looked up, Elf might go more online with just the Elf makeup and then be pushing the Road makeup in stores, which I think if they do that, that will backfire on Elf because Road is a lot more expensive than um, Elf. Now, this is Milani's Cheek Thrills. After Party is the shade. It's kind of a, I would say, like a bronzy blush. And it's like a one size dupe. You get three different blushes and highlights. I'll go ahead and just clean off my hands here. I'll go ahead and swatch. I'll start with the top color here. And that's an After Party. Cheek Thrills by Morphe. And then you got more of, this is another cream, kind of a shimmery cream color. And then the last color here, just drying off my hands here, so is the more, yeah, this is a more of a powder. So here is that Cheek Thrills and After Party by Morphe, the one size dupe. You know, I would say it's kind of a bronzy, glowy blush. Good for, summer or spring. Now I'm going to go ahead and start off with the bottom or the top blush right here and just dab a little bit in here. So, and I do like to do get ready with me's. I review high and low end makeup. So if you like that, and I'm not sponsored, I just give my honest opinion. This is just a little hobby of mine. So, but yeah, I like that. It does give a bronzy glow to the face. Don't want to put on too much blush, but let's try a little bit of this at the go down the road here with the palette. Just try a little bit more. And then the next thing that I wanted to mention that was a lipstick that I found. Um, it's from Wet n Wild. And if you like Maybelline sensational nude mattes that they had for a while there, I think they've been discontinued, but you can still get them on Amazon. There is from, it's called the Wet n Wild Rich Satin with the E on the end of it. And this is the Wet n Wild Hush Little Beige. If you liked some of those colors, like what was it called, like Almond Rose or something by Maybelline, when they had those nude color collections, you would like this Wet n Wild Hush Little Beige in the satin rich shade. This is a beautiful neutral. I'll just go ahead and try it on so you can see how it looks. And it kind of matches out with that blush too. It's kind of within that same shade family, but it's a very pretty color. So I just thought I'd show that. What I was thinking about wearing today is from Kiko. Kiko is sold on Amazon. Now, I never did write down the name of this, and the only name on this now is 113. This is the Kiko, and when I say Kiko, I mean Kiko, and it's called Kiko Milano, and it's a brand sold on Amazon, and I think it is sold a couple other places, but this is like a two-step system where it dries down, and then you put a conditioning top coat, and this is the shade 113. So it's kind of a corally shade. I like to use this more during spring, or if you just kind of want like a brighter look, and then it has the conditioning top coat after it dries. So, and then the other liner that I got, I'm going to use here. I thought I put over here. Oh, here it is in my hand. It's called the Everlasting Precision Lip Liner by Kiko, and the shade was 513. So it's kind of a neutrally um, kind of beige. I'd say kind of a taupe color, brown. So I'm gonna go ahead and line this Kiko lip liner in 513 on the lips. Okay, and then the next thing I'm gonna put on is the Kiko 113 lipstick here. And we'll let that dry down. And then let me see here if I can find it. This is, if you like these glow up wands like by Elf or by Charlotte Tilbury, check out the Dollar Tree. They have these glow up highlighters by Be Pure. I think this was in the shade Pearl, but they only put it on the packaging. They don't put it on the product. So when you take it out of the packaging, it doesn't have the shade name on it, at least that I can tell. But these little highlighters I really like, and bronzing and blush wands from the Dollar Tree. Uh, let's see here, and I might take some powder. Oh, here, I want to try this powder. So this is good for aging skin. I'm in my 40s. I'm a millennial, and I use CoverGirl Simply Ageless. So stuff that kind of helps hold in the moisture is hyperallergenic, I would suggest. But this CoverGirl Simply Ageless Instant Wrinkle Blurring Pressed Powder is good for aging skin. Um, and especially around the eyes. So I'm just patting it into the eyes here. And then I think that lip color from Kiko is dried down, that 113. And I'm going to use the conditioning side. And it's just a little brush that they have on there. And just putting that on there. Hello, everybody. And then the other thing that I recommend too, if you're aging like me, is the Prequel multi pumping hydration serum. This is good for the skin. Oh, thank you. This helps plump up the skin. Um, and then I've been loving these little eye rollers from the Dollar Tree at night. They have collagen, vitamin C, and retinol ones. These are really good for the under eye. And I also use the Good Molecules Wake Up Eye Gel. You can get this for around $5 because I am getting bags around the eyes. And then, what was I going to go ahead and do? So I put on the powder. I was going to go ahead and put on the mascara. This is the Tarte Tubing Mascara. I have yet to try their primer. I really love this mascara. It goes on sale a lot on TikTok. So you can pick up bundles and stuff. And Tarte has like semi-annual sales that come up, but there's a lot of sales on TikTok. So they're and I've seen that their under eye concealer is good too. At least for some of the reviews I've seen. And I kind of got medium length eyelashes, but not like a lot of volume. You can't really see my eyelashes unless I put mascara on them. And this Tarte Tubing mascara is really, really good. So I do struggle with PCOS, hair loss. I do use a shampoo called Nioxin. I think it's N like IOXIN or NOXION. So, but it's called Nioxin, I think, and it's their thickening shampoo. And then I take Nutrafol for women 45 plus. I take that um, to help with the PCOS hair loss. And I'm going to go to a dermatologist too. But yeah, this Tarte Tubing mascara is really good. Just I might have to use my little mirror because I'm so nearsighted and doing it in the viewfinder is hard. So I'm just going to use my little mirror here. I can build it up the way I want. It's harder for me to see on the camera and the phone. And I'll show how it looks here in a second. Then, of course, I see areas where I haven't blended out yet. So that's the mascara. I like it. It does give some, it's not super dramatic. There you go. But at least you can tell I have some eyelashes. Sometimes I don't like wearing falsies. The glue, after a while, if you wear it too many days in a row, I use that Kiss super glue. Irritates my eyes. But yeah, I'm just going to put on more of this CoverGirl Simply Ageless Instant Wrinkle Blurring Pressed Powder. And then if you missed it earlier, if you weren't here, I did my eye look with Morphe's Python code. And this was the palette. And this is the eye look that I did. And then these are the swatches of the palette right here. Well, that's the lipstick that I showed earlier, but all these here are swatches of that palette. And then the Morphe Cheek Thrills and After Party. And then the Kiko 113 and 5, I think it was 513 lip liner. So, and then this was Maybelline's Hush Little Beige. not Maybelline's, Wet n Wild's. I said the wrong thing. Wet n Wild's Rich Satin Hush Little Beige lipstick reminded me of lipsticks from the Maybelline Nude Sensational line, sort of like that almond rose. So that was my kind of get ready with me. Um, I may touch up my brows a little bit more with the Urban Decay Big Brush. This has lasted me a long time. I just used a little bit because I got full eyebrows. It's just they lighten in color. And I picked it up on Whatnot for like $10, and I got the Urban Decay Big Brush Brow and Cookie. And this has actually lasted a long time. The boys with three Z's on the end of it, they're good sellers on Whatnot. So well, this is the finished look. I'm gonna be taking my daughter out to a play date. I just wanted to look a little bit put together. I thought I'd go live. And if you like this content, please subscribe. I do affordable makeup. I review high-end makeup. I do Dollar Tree hauls. I do a little bit of videos of my dogs and my child, and a little bit of cooking once in a while. So I hope everybody has a good day, and I'm gonna go hang out with my friend. So hope everybody has a good day. Bye bye.